Katie, please report to.
Hello?
Yes, but she's not acknowledging me.
Hello.
I must be acknowledged. We're singing You Are the You, Katie. That's it. Good God.
I did say something.
She can hear me over the thing. She could hear you over the thing. You are the light.
You're the light.
That's why we're singling her out. We're as much light as she is. I must be acknowledged. I must be acknowledged.
Good morning, everybody. We are live. All right, I'll try that again. I'm going to pretend I didn't even try. Good morning, everybody. We are live.
Good morning, Dave.
Oh, look, we do have people here. How nice. All right, we are Soul Shine, and you are the crowd. So the crowd, please rise. We sing from our feet, not from our seats. I always wanted to say, crowd, please rise. Thank you. I feel better now. We're going to do this song. We haven't done this forever. We used to do this at the end of every service. Someone said yesterday that you are the light. I go, oh, you are the light of the world. And that made me remind me of the song. So, Eric, why don't you lead this one?
I thought you were going to meet a new Piano Man for a second there.
I wish.
I can. Go on. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light.
Do that again. You are the light of the world.
You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light.
So let your light so shine.
So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. Let your light shine. So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. Let your light
The
shine.
crowd should know this. Crowd, I want you to sing it. Ready? You are the... Good, come on. Do that one more time. Sing out. Come you sing better. You are the... Okay, soul sign with me. So let your light.
So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. Let your light shine. So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. Let your light
We'll do another light song, I guess. Stay, Eric.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine. around this great big world. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
One more time with this little light of mine. Ready? Come on, sing out.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine. Church!
Thank you, everyone. I'm glad to see that you guys are just like me. We are singing it out. We are loving it. We are rocking it. And then Eric turns the mic to us, and we go from like, yeah, to... Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah. It needed to be said. I'm not the only one. And then I got the words wrong, and then Claire looked at me, and it was a whole thing. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Unity. Welcome to everybody here in the audience, and welcome to everybody at home. We are so glad that you are here with us, body, spirit, online. If you're online, it's church. Still, please wear pants. We appreciate that. And everybody in here is wearing pants. We're good. And we are a wild soul sanctuary. And what does that mean? To me, a wild soul sanctuary... I've been gone all summer. We added wolf noises. I love this. Guys should go away more often. Amazing. So we are a wild wolf sanctuary, apparently. Woo! Everybody's been watching Twilight. Okay, great. That's been a good weekend. So what that means to me is authenticity. And for some of us, authenticity is being a big, huge personality with like a crazy dress on stage yelling. And for some of us, it is sitting in the back and being quiet and observing and taking in and enjoying. And however we show up here in this space is absolutely perfect, beautiful, wonderful, and wild. Because when we're being our authentic self, that's wild in a town, in a world that wants us to all be the same. So that's what Wild Soul Sanctuary means to me this morning. So welcome, welcome. Let's do, I'm so into these calls. This is great. Let's do our mission statement, everybody. Mission statement. We stand together to create a global ecosystem of unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness. Fantastic. Didn't know if I was going to get some wolf whistles after that, but that's okay. Here we go. This one is worth wolf whistling. These are our introductions. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to go through this for us, and then we'll have a big round of applause at the end. Starting with me, Rochelle Indra, your host. Welcome, welcome. The hostess with the mostest. Yes. Our speaker today, we're so lucky. It's Reverend Jim. We are so lucky to have him. Exactly. Thank you. Woo, woo. He will also be doing our prayer. Soul Shine is going to be doing our music. Our youth today is going to working with the youth today is going to be Claire and Heather. Our meditation is going to be Dave Finch. Live stream, Nico. And slides and sound, we need that. Slides and sound is Kevin. They're just the Kubota boys together. And our cameraman, that's right. That's absolutely. Don't ever look back there. Don't look at them. The one keeping them in check is Chris this morning. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. And as always, I love that we've started this new tradition of having the chair on stage because it gives us a moment to think about those who can't be with us, whether they live somewhere else, they don't come to church on Sunday morning, they're no longer with us, we can put them there and always know that they have a place with us in this community, but also in our hearts. So I love that we have that chair, so you can always take a moment to refer over and look at that chair and think about who you would put there. I would always put my dog, who's passed away. He's tiny, he fits in the middle. You put your people there. My dog loves laps, so he'll be great there. The other thing that I love, the idea of encapsulating it with this is our land acknowledgement of realizing that this land is the land of the Wasco tribe, the Warm Springs tribe, and the Paiute tribes. And what I love about incorporating that in with the chair is it can also be a place where we put in our mind the ancestors who lived originally on this land. And this is a place to make sure that they always know that they are welcome here on this land now, in our hearts, but also having an open chair to me reminds us that we are always interested in learning more about this. And we are always open and leave an open chair to learn more so that we can all grow as a community. So I'm putting them there in that chair too, and I think they're going to appreciate that. So put anybody there that you love and want to respect and have reverence for. So I love that. We are going to go into prayer. But first, for those of you who are new or maybe just need a reminder, we don't do prayer like everybody else. We are not praying to something outside of ourselves. We are not asking and beseeching upon somebody outside of ourselves. We are claiming what is already inside ourselves. So if you look in the chairs in front of you, oh good, some people already do this. They already know. Those green, I'm picking my colors, yep. Those are green forms, thank you. In front of you are our prayer claim forms. And you will see that it says, I claim, not, dear God, can I please? If you're not too busy, would you mind granting me? Right, I really, really deserve, right? It starts with, I claim. So this is a place where you can claim what you know is rightfully yours, what you know is coming to you, what you already have in your heart. So we invite you, if you want, grab the pen from in front of you and that prayer claim form, take a second to fill that out, and then you can put it in the offering basket at the end. It doesn't just stay here. It goes then to Silent Unity, and it is prayed on for 30 days. And you can leave a phone number or an email address at the bottom there, and somebody will get in contact with you about that prayer. I love doing it that way because I do my I claim prayer form, I put it in, I walk out the building, I totally forget about it. And then I'm reminded, oh yeah, when somebody has been praying for me. Somebody has been thinking about me and my prayer, even when I've gone back into the world and completely forgot. Somebody is there for me and then reminds me either with a phone call or an email. And I love that. I like the email because then I can share it with others that might be inspired by it, but you do it your way. Jim.
Bring the energy down a little bit. Or not. So let's just take a moment to become still and close our eyes if you're comfortable with that, and get comfortable. And just know that we're here for a purpose. And what I'd like us to focus on today in our prayer is gratitude. Gratitude for knowing that there's another aspect of us that we need to acknowledge, that higher self, the watcher, that knowingness. Some call it the inner being. Some call it an aspect of God. Whatever we call it, it is that wonderful part of us that knows everything, that we have access to. It's called the power within. And so today we're going to talk about that more. But right now I want you to just focus on that power and how it has brought you through every obstacle in your life so far because you're here, how it's available to you for any obstacles that are in front of you now or in the future. So just take a moment and focus on the gratitude we all have for knowing that power is within us. And as we release this prayer, just know that you have so many gifts in life that are a result of overcoming those obstacles. And as we go through today, focus on, contemplate all those gifts and make them a part of you. And so it is.
I'm going to play for a minute. When you hear this music, please take your time and write your prayers on that green form in front of you there. This is time to fill those out. Because we do respond. It was a very powerful experience. Please sing with us the prayer song.
Breathe in and know I am. Be still and know I am. Let go and know I Breathe in and know I am. Be still and know I am. Let go and know
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much. How many times have we heard that song and it gets to us every time? God, beautiful. Thank you guys so much for that. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, we are going to start our time this morning for celebrations, and I have two. Oh, no?
First celebration we always do is October birthdays!
God, it's October already? Let's do it.
People born in October, especially my wife. I know no one else to do that, but hey, my wife. So all those born in October, raise your hand.
We still do animal celebrations?
So we will sing happy birthday, everybody. All right? Oh, Zeke's birthday too. So raise your hands for pause. Here you go. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Okay, now that we've done birthday celebrations, we are, guys, I can't believe it's going to be October already. Goodness. It's going fast, guys. We're going to do our celebrations, and I have two of the best helpers ever here. Their name tags say Food and Food 2.0. So if you didn't already love them, you will love them now. So raise your hand high if you have something to celebrate today that you want to share with us. Okay, ladies, here we go. Ooh, I see one right back there and one over there. Okay. Yep, right here. And then there's one in the back.
2 weeks ago, I stood here and said that I would be gone for a week. And when I came back, I would be a new man. I am.
Woohoo!
I will talk a little more about this in the next week or so when we have Spirit on Fire.
Oh, great.
What is it? Souls on Fire. Souls on Fire. Okay. So just know that this is a time of profound change. And here I am.
And here he is.
All right.
Thank you so much. Ooh, look at that trailer. I can't wait to see the movie. That was a fantastic trailer. Thank you. Something to look forward to. Hi.
Hi, I am celebrating that I just signed a new lease on an office expansion. So I've literally doubled in size as of today. So, and my practice is a counseling practice, which I posted on our Facebook page, just so you know, and so check that out. We have some free services for those who can't afford counseling. So, Lark Song Counseling, I'm very excited. So, that's what I'm celebrating.
Excellent. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Doubled in size, she looks the same. Fantastic. We love it. We love it. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, Eric and I were thinking the same thing. I just said it.
I want to celebrate the candles being lit today. No, but really I want to celebrate. Next Sunday I'll be in Seattle, Washington. I'm going to see Peter Gabriel, which is a major bucket list item. So
Awesome.
Celebrating that.
Yeah, congrats. Just listening to him last night. Fantastic. Okay, anybody else? Things to celebrate. Fall celebrations. Okay. Anybody good? Okay. Okay. Just celebrating being here. We like that. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate that. And then we are going to do my favorite part. Thank you. Food and Food 2.0, my two favorite things in life. Wonderful. Thank you, ladies. And then we're going to do our Earth celebrations, which I love that we always do this. And this one, this was an interesting one today. The Oregon Fish and Wildlife Commission listened to the public, including a public hearing here in Bend, and have finally agreed to put an end to coyote and other wildlife killing competitions. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I'm so glad that we are ending that. How wonderful. So thank you to everybody who puts these together for us, because I just love that we do these. So now I would like to invite all the kids up onto stage. Fantastic. Up right along here so we can do our children's blessing before we send them off out and about with Claire and our new friend Christy today, who's going to be helping out. Okay, let's do our blessing of the children. We appreciate the holy gifts you are. We see the Christ-like shining from you. May you always know the treasure you are. May you always bring your gifts fully into this world. Namaste. Sorry, could have been me, could have been me. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy. Okay, women power. I like it. We'll take it. Wonderful. And thank you, Christy, for helping out there today. Now it is time, get my teacher voice on. Now it's time for our announcements. Here we go. Announcements, have fun, kids. Yes, absolutely. Okay, the first is that we do not have a sound bath healing tonight, which I know for those of us who love it and bringing our little nests with us, unfortunately, we're not having that tonight, but we are having open singing. We're not having open singing? No, that's also not happening tonight? Wednesday. Okay, perfect. That's Wednesday. Excellent. That is still happening. And women's group as well. Okay, perfect. And then spirits group are starting. Kevin, would you like to talk about spirit groups? Oh, yeah. he's ready. Oh, and a mic and everything. Here we go. Here we go. Otherwise, we share my face mic, and that gets weird. So here we go.
We've done it before.
We've done it before.
Nick, you got to turn me on, please. That came out weird, didn't it? Spirit groups are going gangbusters, guys. If you haven't seen the sign-up sheets on the table out there, most of them are almost full or full, and there are still some great ones that have spots available. One that I really think needs to be full real quick is the 5 Principles. Fantastic book. Fantastic host, which is Leah. Where's Leah? Is she here? There, right there.
Yay!
I've been in a spirit group with her, and it was one of my favorites. Just her energy, her presence, her ability to just hold space for you in the most beautiful way is really, really amazing. So I've been in many groups with Leah in different capacities, and it's a gift. So I highly suggest the 5 Principles. We also have Chris Tippett is leaving one on peaceful passing, which I think is such a powerful and important thing for us to be thinking about, no matter where you're at in life. The fact that we know we're all going to pass at some point, maybe tomorrow, right? How do we make it peaceful? How do we embrace this process of moving on? I think it's something that we don't talk about enough, and I'm glad that Chris is offering this. So Chris is another one of those guys who's just got an amazing presence and peacefulness about himself. So I think he's going to be a great host. And it's the first time he's hosting, so I'm really excited for him to get some hosting experience. But there's a few more that have some space. Most of them, like I said, are almost full. But let's fill them all up, guys. Let's do this together. Let's fill all these groups. And once we get done with this season, you're going to see an amazing change in everybody here after being together in small groups. So please check them out.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, and then tonight we are having a plant-based cooking demonstration. Well, it's not tonight, today, from 2 to 4, hosted by the Interfaith Earth Care team and our fellow Unity member chef, Al Chase. Al, are you here? Al, okay, but Al is going to be here. This is going to be awesome. Held today from 2 to 4. I'm a meat eater, but just kidding. This is why I should wear my glasses when I'm on stage. Thank you. It's a Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Okay, gotcha. Yes, but it's a Unity member hosting it. Thank you. Yes, so definitely if plant-based interests you, whether that's because you have some belief systems around it, whether it's because you're trying to eat healthier, which is why I often do it, or cost-effective savings in eating plant-based, think about coming to this demonstration today. So that's from 2 to 4. Unfortunately, Donna is still sick, so the theater improv tonight is not happening, but I really, really hope that she reschedules this because that looked like that was going to be a lot of fun. So sorry that Donna's still under the weather, but we're hoping that she will, instead of cancel it, she will just reschedule that. And then we are so excited for Saturdays to have the Sacred Women's Drumming Circle. You do not need to own a drum to come. If you have a drum, please bring it. That would be wonderful, but it's been held somewhere else all the time, and we're finally getting to have it here on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12. Who's ever been to this women's drum? Yes. Is it amazing? Does anybody want to stand up and tell us how amazing it is? You look at them go, just rushing to, yes, thank you. I know, I do this to you. Here you go. Yeah.
Katie.
Yep, I think it just takes a second.
Katie Kavanaugh has been hosting this out at her place at Harmony House for years and years and years, and then with the pandemic, we sort of didn't get back. Now we're getting back into doing it. So a couple of our members, I think, asked to have it here, and Katie's very excited about that. So it's really a powerful time to be together, and just the peace and the love that you feel in these circles is really powerful. So I encourage you all to come.
Ooh, look at that, right on the spot. She has something amazing to say. I'm going to call on you more often. I'm definitely going to start going to those. I've been to some before, and it is just a spiritual healing for sure. So I'm really excited about that. So wonderful that we can host that here. And then check out October's events. Make sure that you are signed up to get the email about October events. You can also get a physical copy out in the hall. That's what I do so that I can start putting things on my calendar. So you won't want to miss out on that. So so there'll be more events to come for October. Okay, Soulshine, come take it away. Woohoo.
Yeah, we're just gonna mic out. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I'm gonna comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Oh yeah, like a bridge over troubled water. I lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I lay me down like a bridge over water. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sail on, silver girl. Sail on by. Your time has come to like a bridge over troubled water. I'm gonna lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. Come on, lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. Yeah, yeah, come on. Whoa, like a bridge. Everybody build a bridge. Like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your
Jeez, wouldn't you like to be able to lay a bridge over troubled waters? But wouldn't you like to also be able to sing like that? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Eric. Yeah. You know, the reason I asked for that song is because, to me, it's like so many metaphors we're going to talk about today, but that bridge across obstacles is all about what we're going to be trying to picture in our mind. What happens when you run into an obstacle? Anybody here ever had an obstacle in their life? And what do we do about it? So there's a number of ways to deal with it. We'll talk about the psychological way on simple obstacles, but we'll talk about the spiritual way, and that is going across that bridge before you've even handled the obstacle. And that is, imagine yourself on the other side of the obstacle and picture yourself already there. How does it feel? How do you feel? What kind of differences does it make in your life? You've become that person that's gone past the obstacle. So now it's just a matter of let go and let God, because we know we don't have to worry about the how. We just have to get ourselves in that position of knowing we can be past that obstacle. And all kinds of serendipity takes place when you do that. You're watching TV, something pops on. Ah, that's my first step. You're listening to the radio. You're out with a friend. They say something that leads you to the next step. You're in a cafe. Somebody sits down next to you, a stranger, and you strike up a conversation, and bingo, you're on your way to the next step and the next step. Serendipity occurs. But if we're still on the other side, being blocked, everything seems to get bigger and more difficult. We focus on the problem. And what happens? What we focus on gets bigger. So I want to tell you a story about a Buddhist who was on a journey. And he had traveled for days and days. He was a young Buddhist, still learning a lot about the Buddhism. And he came to this big river that was rushing by him, and it was really broad, and he didn't know how he was going to get across. And he spent hours trying to decide. And then he saw one of his masters on the other side. And he said, "Master, how can I get to the other side?" And the master looked up and down the river, and then he yelled back, "You're already on the other side." And that's all we have to do. We have to picture ourselves on the other side of that obstacle. Because as soon as we're picturing the obstacle, what happens is we build up all kinds of worry, anxiety, fear. And what does that do for us? That closes us down. There's no clarity. It's just all a dust bowl of confusion at times. The moment we let go of that, get on the other side and let God, all of that goes away. And so what do we replace fear with? What's the opposite of fear? Love. And what is love a synonym for? A synonym for. It's easy to say. Synonym for God, right? Love, God, it's all one. And so we're basically replacing fear with God, replacing illusion with reality. Speaking of illusions, How many of you read the book Illusions? Okay, you remember what Richard Bach said about problems? Elaine sent this to me yesterday. I'd already had it in mind, but it was so good to get confirmation. Thank you, Elaine. There's no such thing as a problem without a gift in its hands for you. Doesn't that make sense? Doesn't that make perfect sense? No such thing as a problem without a gift in its hands for you. So, what are those gifts of success? Well, we tend to grow, we tend to gain more confidence, we learn new skills, we have the ability to help somebody else that has a similar problem. We experience joy in that success. We experience gratitude. Our life just seems so much more free-flowing when we've learned to get over obstacles. But what do we do with obstacles? We categorize them usually. Small, medium, large, impossible, right? I'll give you some examples. Small obstacle. I always, and some of you may know this if you know Joanne and I very well, for the first few years of our marriage, she was trying to train me to not only rinse the dishes, not only put them all on the shelf, but put them in the dishwasher. That's a concept guys don't always get, okay? I mean, step 1 and 2 is easy. Step 3. So she said, you know, you don't even need step 2. You can rinse them and put them in the dishwasher. Now, I was telling Lawrence about that yesterday when he was over playing ping pong, and Joanne was listening, and she said, you know how long that took you? I said, yeah, 10 years probably. She said, no, 20. She's not here, so stick with my story. It's 10 years, that's all it took. We have lots of back and forth on that. It's all fun, though. Yeah. Anyway, so that's a small obstacle, and the way we can handle it is just psychologically. What? All we have to do is say, I know I can do this. I just have to make it a priority. Mindfulness, right? 10 years worth. Now, maybe it wasn't that long, but it does take time to change a habit, right? And so I had to change that habit. I didn't need Spirit to help me, although Spirit could have helped probably, but just start putting them in there. And as she said yesterday, yes, he does it all the time now, and she smiled real big. So what was the gift? Happy wife, happy life? Right? Right? Yeah. So that's an example of a small obstacle. We have big obstacles. The most terrible obstacle I ever had in my life was going through a divorce. It was the lowest point of my life. I went through a depression. I had to figure out how to get out of that. I couldn't do it on my own. But what happened was, now you're going to love this, my ex-wife gave me a gift to go see an astrologer, which I did, and he said, you know what you need to do? You need to go see this Unity minister named Mary Catherine McDougall in Austin, Texas. I went to see her, and I said, I'm depressed, I'm going through all this, and she said, honey, it's real simple. You only need to do 2 things. 1, get up off your chair of self-pity and get out and start doing something physical. Whatever it is, just get going. Start doing something. I started jogging. Oh, geez. Well, I hadn't been jogging. I was still smoking. I had to quit smoking. Yeah, this is 40 years ago. And so what happened was, she said, the second thing is start helping other people out. And she says, by the way, we've got a youth group, and they need someone to teach them about leadership. What are you doing this Sunday? Yeah, so there I was. 7 years later, I was still the youth minister there. And so it changed my life completely. You know, the biggest change you can ever realize in your life is to realize that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. And that's the transformation that occurred for me. Without that terrible, terrible obstacle, that wouldn't have happened. That was the biggest gift of my life, and it was the biggest obstacle of my life. So what about impossible? How do we deal with that? Global warming. What are we going to do about that? I'm too little. I can't do it by myself. It's the same exact process. We picture ourselves beyond it. What happens when We are beyond global warming. How do we get to that point to be able to say, I let go and I let God? And I know that with God all things are possible. Nothing is impossible. And what happens is that our consciousness changes. And everybody that starts thinking that way, their consciousness changes. They start to see all the beautiful spots in the world. They grow. We focus on them. That's what it takes, is a consciousness change, not technology. We change our consciousness. And right now we're going through the greatest awakening in consciousness the world has ever seen. So we're in a beautiful, perfect time for us all to get our consciousness on that other side and see that it's going to happen. Let's get out of the pity party and get on to knowing that this is going to be solved by our consciousness together, okay? So I asked you in the title, does every obstacle in life have a gift for us? How many of you believe that every obstacle has a gift for us? Wow, I'm preaching to the choir. I guess I'm done. Yeah, well, actually, the first part of my talk was the whole thing, get on the other side of it. But I wanted to give you a couple of examples. So what I did is, how many of you know about Abraham Hicks? Many of you, okay. So I went to Abraham Hicks on YouTube and I said, tell me about obstacles. And as Abraham Hicks that's through Esther Hicks, started talking, guess what was flashing on the screen? A whole bunch of photos of a Spartan race with all the 20 obstacles that are included in a Spartan race. And I thought, geez, I just ran a Spartan race. I know what that's all about. And there's the example they're giving. A Spartan race. How many of you have heard of a Spartan race? Anybody? A lot of you? Okay. Well, I'll show you a couple of pictures just to show you what that's all about. See how this technology works. Could be a consciousness problem.
For those listening on radio, description.
Okay, you may have to take over, Kevin. It's not... Oh, there it is. There's the first one. Okay. So in the Spartan race I was in a few weeks ago up in Seattle area, there was quite a few people, 30,000 people, but the race I was in had 1,631 people in it. And the starting line looks like this. They're all getting ready to take off. And then, go ahead, next slide, please. Yeah, so then we took off, and the first thing I realized is I'm at the back of a crowd. This is before the rains. It was all dust. The dust was that thick. And I'm running behind this group, and this dust is just overcoming. It's just unbelievable. And I'm thinking, this isn't going to work. What am I going to do? And I said, I'm just going to slow down and let them get ahead of me. The tortoise and the hare. I'll figure a way to catch up at some point. And sure enough, as it says here, wait for clarity. This is the message that I got from this, okay? This is the metaphor. Wait for clarity. Don't fight the obstacle when you're in the dust of confusion or poor vision of the way forward. Let the dust settle. This is also in the Tao, and if you've studied the Tao Te Ching, one of the verse 56 says, let the dust settle. Close your mouth, close off your senses, let the dust settle. That's one of the first things we want to do before we try to deal with an obstacle. Oh, it worked. Did I do that? Oh, wow. This was the first obstacle. It wasn't this exact one. I didn't have a picture of it. It was actually a piece of board that was sawed into a big pyramid sitting 5 foot high, and you run up to it and you get over it and you jump over. And as I went down the other side, I fell on my hip. And I thought, uh-oh, that's a poor start. I'm in pain. I'm not sure I'm going to keep going. But guess what? As soon as you say, well, for me it was this way. I had an experience listening to Wayne Dyer talking about Sai Baba, who a friend visited in India. And the friend of his came back and said, Sai Baba was in a wheelchair with multiple fractures. And I said to Sai Baba, how can you do this? You just seem so normal. You're just talking to everybody and you're doing everything you always do. He says, oh, I have pain, but I choose not to suffer. And I thought, wow, that's exactly right. Jump up, get past it, and as I ran on, the pain dissipated, and I was able to keep going. And this one, what I thought about from the Tao was every journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And put one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. And I kept saying that to myself all the way through this. This is about a few hundred yards uphill. And so that was 40 pounds. But the big problem is not the weight, it's that bucket sitting on your shoulder. You know, it gets sore. But anyway, let's see. Oh, here we go. This was the most fun part. You know, and as I say, when you get stuck in the mud of life, our obstacles make us feel like we're stuck. But if you have a friend that's successfully gotten past it, that's what you want to get. That was my daughter. She's 61 years old. And she's done this over and over again. So she said, Dad, I'm going to stay with you through this whole thing. And so she did. There was only one time when I had to back up and help her. Yeah. It was the inverted wall that you have to climb up and then get over it. She got stuck there, so I ran back around it. Yeah. That's the friend helping you out, right? Okay, this is the spear throw, and let's see if I can get it to play. There it is. So sometimes we miss the mark. And it's interesting because in Aramaic, Old Aramaic, sin was an archery term, and it stood for missing the mark. You miss the mark. What do you do when you miss the mark? You start trying again. You practice some more. And pretty soon you get good at it. So any obstacle you haven't gotten past, don't say, hey, I'm done. Try it again. Go back to it. Persevere. Okay? This is the rope climb. You can press the start on that maybe? Okay. Now, the rope climb was really... Hush. I'm talking. Okay, this was my cheering section. And you'll see when I get to the top, near the top, my daughter says, stop, let go. Why? Because there's a bell at the top you have to ring to prove that you made it, right? Somebody before me had hit the bell so hard it wrapped around and it was gone. And I got up there and there's no bell. So she says, let go, come on down. And the lesson there is, you know, look ahead to this. Scope it out. Pre-pave where you're going. Make sure you've made a perfect decision as to what you're going to do, how you're going to get there, and what the end point looks like. I didn't do that. I just grabbed a rope and started climbing. And if I just grabbed the rope next to it, I would have had a bell to ring, right? Okay. So at the end, Julie and I finished ahead of 600 of the 1,631 competitors. Thank you. Thank you. And my point in saying that is that I want you to all to think about what your skills are and what skills you may not be fully manifesting in your life because you're saying, I'm too this, I'm too that, I'm too afraid, I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't do this well, I can't do that well. And what I have a skill that I used in here. You all have skills. You know, for example, these singers, what an amazing skill. And someone like Katie gets up and starts singing with them. She overcomes that fear of obstacles such as, you know, what am I going to do to survive? Public speaking. A lot of people would rather die than public speaking. I felt the same way for a while, and so I went to Toastmasters. And Jane and I actually went together, by the way, and we learned public speaking together. So whatever skills you have, don't say, I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that. You have those skills for a reason. Step out there and exhibit them, make the best of them, love those skills, and share them with the world, okay? Now, I wanted to talk about one other thing. I talked about it a few weeks ago. My talk was labeled, "No Complaints, Only Praise." How many of you were here for that? Oh, more than half. Great. So I've got some bracelets to pass out today because last time we ran out, so I ordered more. So at the end of this, you'll have a bracelet. Yeah, they're back there. Thank you. When we do the collection, you'll get it. But I want to talk about what complaints do when it comes to obstacles. When you're complaining about, let's say that I'm getting ready to run this Spartan race, and I'm complaining, geez, I had to work out for so many months. It took me so long. My God, I'm so sore. I had to spend so much time going back and forth to CrossFit. You know, how does that help anybody to do a better job, to inspire them, somebody else to do it? I actually loved doing it. I'm going to do another one. It was one of my favorite things to do because it gave me the confidence to say, hey, I can do this again. I've done it once. What I can do once, I can do again. And that's exactly what you all can do with your skills. Jack's skill, singing. We haven't seen you up here that much, Jack, but my gosh, what a singer he is. What a great baritone voice. And he's not afraid to show it and share it.
It's a far cry from CrossFit.
But I don't have that skill. So, yeah, what I would ask you is, can you always affirm the highest and the best when it comes to obstacles? And the answer is, if you don't, if you complain about it, you're closing the door. You're starting to close the door to any success in that. So we want to get rid of complaints. What do we want to replace it with? Praise. Yes, praise. I know this is going to be an amazing thing. Thank you, Spirit, for being with me on this. Thank you for leading me forward and making a success of this. Thank you for the gift I'm going to get out of it. What gift? Confidence, gratitude, joy. Oh my gosh, I just felt so, I can now help others that want to do this. I can tell them about the obstacles and how to fall over the first one, and or maybe how to work to make sure you don't, okay? So I wanted to read one little bit out of Unity magazine. I found this out in the foyer out there. It's called Unity Magazine 1936. And I was so surprised to find this. It says, obstacle or opportunity? Listen to this. The most significant moment in our life is when we realize that an obstacle can be an opportunity. It is our awakening to the fact that there is something within us more powerful than that which is without. It is the moment of our conscious awareness of our unity with God, of the fact that we are not working alone, but with His steadfast help. And here's one other statement I wanted to read. I think that the most profound experience the human heart can know, to realize your kinship with God, to know that you can work in harmony with God, it is indeed a revelation. It is an illumination so great that your life ought to be one of paean of praise. Paean of praise. That's singing, dancing, paean. Songs. Hallelujah chorus, right? A paean of praise. Doesn't that sound great? A paean of praise. So I was going to share an example of an obstacle in my life out of my book, but what does it mean when a minister looks at his watch, right? Nothing. No. Let's see, we started, I think I do have another few minutes. Okay. All right. So I'll tell this quick story, and then we'll end with a quote from Ephesians. So this story from my book is chapter 44, my book Flash. It's back there if any of you want to buy it. It's $15, and all the money goes to Unity, okay? All of it. So buy a bunch of them. If you run out, I'll bring some more. Yeah. Okay, this is called The Amazing Suspended Motorcycle, and because it's several pages long, I'm going to tell it instead of reading it, okay? So this trip my brother and a foster brother and I were making back from Haleyville, Alabama, back to Chicago. And we're in the, excuse me, we're in the Appalachian Mountains. And our modus operandi for riding is just go wherever the wind blows. It's the process, it's the journey, not the destination. And so we were just enjoying the journey, and we found ourselves on this gravel back road, which we weren't really as pleased to be on a gravel road, and it was going up over a mountain. And there's switchbacks, and the gravel was getting deeper, and I'm leading, and Ed's behind me with Janice on the back of his motorcycle. I've got a friend, Marge, on the back of my motorcycle. And I'm looking in the rearview mirror as he comes around this real tight switchback going up. I see his bike go right over the edge. Yeah, he and Janice both disappear. And I quickly get off the bike and I run back there. And as I get there, there's these two hens coming up over the cliff, and they're climbing up. And we look down, and the motorcycle has gone into the trees and caught in the vines, and it's swinging in the breeze about 6 foot above the hillside, going down like that. And it was such a comical sight that we all crack up and we start laughing. And after about 2 minutes of total joy and just laughing at what had happened, Marge says, "Okay, boys, we've had our fun. Now, how are we going to get that bike out of there?" And I said to Ed, "You know what? I've got a machete that I brought along. If you get on that bike, I'll chop away the vines and you can just ride it down." He says, "That's going to drop 6 foot." He says, "Why don't you get on there and ride it?" And I said, "Well, it's your bike. So you decide." He says, okay, I'll get on it. So he gets on it, and he's sitting there like this, and he says, "Okay, open the gate and let this bronco buck." And I start chopping away the vines, and sure enough, it starts slipping a little bit, and all of a sudden it just lets go. And this is a 750 Honda, you'll know it. It weighs about, 600 or 700 pounds. And it drops down, and it hits real hard, but it bounces, and it starts careening down the hill, hitting branches, hitting this, hitting that. And amazingly enough, it comes right out onto the gravel on the lower street, the lower road there. Right out onto the gravel. It was amazing. And we sat there thinking, oh my God, what a gift this was. That we were able to get it out of there, no damage, we can continue our ride, no problem. It was joy, it was gratitude, it was all those things you get from overcoming an obstacle. So there's lots of stories like that in this book, and Unity can use any investment you want to make in that. Let me know if we run out. So I'm going to close with a couple of things, a reading from Ephesians 3:20. God wants you to stretch your faith, break through every barrier, and accomplish great things for God's glory. So that's, to me, really inspiring. Everything about overcoming obstacles is part of how we grow in life. So what I'd like you to leave with today is knowing that you have a process to get through the biggest obstacle. In fact, let's not call them big, small, or anything. Let's just say to get through the next step, and that is picturing yourself on the other side. And knowing with perfect clarity that you can let the dust settle and go forward and be successful with every obstacle and change your life. Namaste.
Thank you, Jim. Amazing. Let's take that for just a couple minutes. Take it inside and let's turn our feet on the floor flat. That's a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast. Feet on the floor flat. There you go. Let's breathe into that. Let go of those obstacles and let's just meditate for a few minutes. can soften your eyes and come back.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Is it, but everybody's still staying? Okay, people are just staying. Okay, I was so excited for another song, you guys. I was like, oh, this is fantastic. No, wait a little bit for that, because thank you so much, Jim. Thank you, God. Did he not do an amazing job? As always, thank you so much. And I have to say, as somebody who's spent a fair amount of time on a motorcycle, there's a lot of things you need when you're on a motorcycle, and never once has it occurred to me to bring a machete. I don't know about you, but I'm like helmet, snacks, gloves, never like, let me grab my machete. But now on my first dates with a guy with a motorcycle, I will bring a machete, because you never know. But thank you so much for reminding us some of these things that you brought up. You brought it together so beautifully. We sometimes we remember bits and pieces. Sometimes when things are hard, we remember none of it. So bringing it all together and reminding us to look inside ourselves, what are the gifts we already have? That was really good for me, because when you started with, and I did this Spartan race, I thought, God, I get winded going up the stairs, and I'm 41, oh my God. But then I thought, okay, but what are my gifts? What do I have to bring to the situation? So thank you so much. I appreciate that. So wonderful. Thank you. Is anybody here new today? This is their first time. Yes, okay, first time. Woo! Would you like to stand up and say your, okay, wait. My kind of lady.
Actually, I'm new to physically being here, but I am one of your Unity chaplains out in the cosmos from Olympia, Washington. So thank you for letting me be here today in person. I have been a Unity chaplain for 13 years, actually. I started out in Vero Beach, Florida, and it's her fault I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Yep.
We were together on an infinite possibility trainers program and in a breakout group, and I don't know because both of us talk more than we should, both of us, that we figured out that I let her know that I had been a Unity chaplain for many years, and I was looking for another home because we don't really have one in Olympia per se. And she said, well, then you're going to become one again, or something to that level. And I became one before she even let me know that I had become one. Thank you. But I have really enjoyed it, and I love doing prayer work. And I really wish I was physically here because I think you have a great group. And as you can see, I am not shy. I have no problem talking to groups. So thank you very much, and lovely, lovely place this is. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate that. Anybody else here for the first time that's brave enough to raise your hand? You don't have to be a prayer chaplain to raise your hand. Anybody else here? Okay. Well, for those, if there are people here or online who are visiting us for the first time, we would love for you to fill out the little blue card in front of you and put that in the basket at the end, or you can fill that out online. It's so that if you ever miss, I come to your house Monday morning and are like, where were you? No, that doesn't happen. Just eating Cheerios in your front room. No, it's fine. That's not, but just that we can let you know of events and things coming up. We'd love to be able to do that. So thank you. And you can always put those blue cards if you're physically here in person in the baskets, or fill out the blue card online. So thank you so much for that. And now is a time for offerings. So if people with the offering basket can come forward. And I wanted to just bring up a little thing about offering as I'm doing my offering today, because I have forgotten so many times, because I show up and I volunteer, and so often I've thought, well, that's enough. Oh, I forgot to bring cash today, or I forgot to bring something today. It's fine. I do all this stuff. Unfortunately, we live in a capitalist society where it takes funds to run the things we want to run. And we have to vote for the things we want in the world with our money. That, unfortunately, is still the way the world works, and we need to vote with our money. And I love the programs we have here. Oh my gosh, you guys will never know how much Claire puts in here, how much all the people who work here put in here. And I want all these things to keep going. So I know that I have to do my part, and I'm the type of person, I work for myself, so sometimes I can put in more, sometimes I can put in less, but it's always important to me to, and to get a free bracelet. It's always important to me to make sure that I am contributing so that I don't show up here one day and this is all gone, right? So we need to vote with our money. So.
Hold up your hand if you didn't get a bracelet.
Oh. I thought it was, hold up your hand if you didn't give money. No. It's like, Jim. So we have the bracelets as well for when you go around. So, okay. Come on, there we go. And my favorite song of the day. And also make sure that when you're online that you are also, there's lots of ways to give online, because it is not cheap to do our VA. And so thank you guys so much for that. And if you need to dance, dance.
Here we go. I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you.
Mahalo.
I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all. I got gratitude in my heart. In my heart. Got gratitude in my soul. In my soul, baby. I just want to say thank you.
Gracias.
I just want to say thank you.
Mahalo.
I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for
Okay, let's do our blessings over these offerings. We will say it together. From the love of pure spirit light, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good work in the world, return to us multiplied abundantly, and so it is. Wonderful. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. And let's do our prayer of intention. Dun, dun, dun. We go, and we do the prayer of intention because we build this community of love and light in here, and there's so much community inside this beautiful space that we are all a part of building. And then sometimes we go out and immediately try the new roundabout, and it doesn't go where we want, and the curse words and all the things, and sometimes we forget. So this is our prayer of intention to keep it going throughout our days and weeks and months to come. So here we go together. Holy light shines within and all around me, a presence of love that is always there. I am that presence. I am a radiant field of love energy. I am holy light. My essence cradles and guides me. I am a gift in this world. I go forth from here in joy to bless the world with my loving light. Thank you guys so much. And online, please stick around in the Zoom rooms so that we can get a time to chat with you guys. Wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
I got gratitude in my heart. Got gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Have a great week. I just want to say thank you.